Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm super excited about today. We've been doing some, like a niche series where we've had some people on who have a certain niche. And I don't know about you, but if you've been following along in this series, I've learned a lot. There's been a lot of really good tips on how to get into certain niches. So I've been working to try to find these people. And today I have a super special guest for you. You probably all know her and love her. Ashleigh Herman. She is in Phoenix. And Ashleigh has a super niche into the second home market. Now, for some of us who don't live in a second home area, this might not be a relevant niche for you, but you're going to learn a lot of relevant tips because the way she got into it and the way she keeps it up and what she does to reach more clients and grow her business every single day is going to be very relevant for whatever your niche is. So I encourage you to ask questions, pay attention, and learn from Ashleigh. So Ashleigh, you are up, girl.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I'm going to start sharing my screen real quick because I have a little presentation and then it'll look wordy, you guys, but we're just going to go through it fast and I can go back to slides or share it later too for you guys. Okay. Let's see. So how I got into my niche. So I'm in Arizona. I'm originally from Washington State. And so when I came down here, this is my little Y, this is my little boy, this was a little while ago. But really, I've been an agent for about 10 years now. And really in the last 4 have I dug deep and dug my heels in. But I fell into this niche naturally. And it sounds funny. I'm sorry for all of you that are not Seahawk fans, but I helped run a booster club for the Arizona Seahawkers. And that's where I really fell into this niche. And I didn't even really know what niching was. It was just, that was my clientele. I saw them every single weekend. And then I just kind of started investing and learning in that. So here's my niche. Why do I love second homes? Or second home market. And this is truly my favorite client because they know what they want. They know their budget. They're financially sound. And especially with everything going on right now, it's like they're mostly cash. So you don't have to worry about the financing aspect of maybe they're going to lose their lending because rates are going up. And they're not emotionally attached to the buying process because they've been through it before. It's like, I can live with it. I can ditch it, so they're really good. And they communicate all their needs and wants with me. And then at the end, they're your biggest advocate and your biggest referral source. So there's that. And then, so understanding who I work with the vacation rental investor, vacation party people, and I'll get into that more because it's so true, and semi-retired and retired. Okay. So, but the biggest question is when you're trying to figure out, where do they fit in this category? You have to figure out how much time they're going to spend in this second home. So if they just want to come down for a week and they want to party, say at the Phoenix Open, then they might want more of a vacation rental property. And then, or if they're looking to spend 3+ months a year, then they're probably going to look more for a single family or in a master plan community. That's what we also call our snowbirds. Yes, our traffic sucks when they come in town, but we do love them for our economy. So love you, our snowbirds. So, here's real quick why Arizona. For most of you, when you think of Arizona, it's our weather. Everybody comes down for weather, golf, tennis, pickleball, all of our fun events. But also our cost of living still ranks fairly low, even though we're the 9th, we're moving up, but we're still low compared to most other states. And then the biggest reason for second homeowners or retirees is because we do not tax their Social Security benefits. So that's a huge reason. So our taxes work differently. And it is important for you to know that because your client will ask you, what are the taxes? How do we do this? And everything. So you got to be pretty well versed in it. And my key questions that I've learned over time is to really find out where they need to be. And this will work for any market, you guys, because if they're moving to your area, like Washington State, everybody knows Seattle, but do they know where Mukilteo is? That's where I grew up, right? So like you can find out where they've stayed. What are their hobbies? What do they love to do? Because golf in Arizona, like in Scottsdale alone, there's over 78 courses, right? So golf is everywhere. But if they want the hiking or if they want resorts around them, they want restaurants, that can kind of help pinpoint. But truly, you do need to understand their budget because most people still have in their head that Arizona is so cheap to move to. And they still think they can buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 3-car garage with a pool in Scottsdale, Arizona for $350. That's not the case. The average price there is about $1 million. So, you got to figure that out. And so they might not be able to be in Scottsdale, but we could get them out a little bit further. So, and then who's my second home niche? Again, this is my vacation rental people, my party people, retired people, semi-retired. So my vacation people, these guys are fun because they're probably usually in your late 40s, early 50s. They want to grow their real estate portfolio. They're not quite ready to make a full commitment, but they want their property to work for them. So they truly want that Airbnb type property. So the key and the niche on this one too is they want to make a lot of money. My area got very saturated with Airbnbs probably about like 3 or 4 years ago. So the way to still make money is make it like kitschy. And so if you get it like to where this one has like the Scottsdale like mural on it, or if you make it Barbie themed, if you have a theme, social media influencers are going to love you. Realtors are going to rent it out. Because what we have, I'm sure you guys have it too. Your title companies will set up a marketing event, a photo event, and you come in and you take all photos for your social media. So this is a way to build that in, like, say, our summer months where it's so flippin' hot here, nobody really wants to come visit us. We can market your property in another way on social media and catch it like you want to be by the restaurants, walking distance to other things. And then also on the vacation rentals, you guys, you got to pay attention to your HOAs. Most HOAs, you cannot do them. And then, or if you do, you just know that you could get a fine later on. And then, but also too, there are now permits that you got to buy for your second home or your vacation home rental. And then, so my vacation party people, this one I always kind of giggle at, but it's very true. They usually tend to be single, recently divorced, late 40s, early 50s, and they are also still building their portfolio. But they truly just don't want any ties. They just want to focus in on like the whole party. They want to come down and enjoy Arizona. So ideally for these guys, it's not the Airbnb because they don't want the maintenance of a house and they don't want to deal with it. They're more willing to pay higher HOA fees. So everything is done for them. So if you're looking at a super high-end condo with all the amenities or a townhomes gain rentals, and townhomes have the highest rental factor here too in Arizona, or one of the best returns. But so this client is pretty fun, but you kind of got to reel them in because they do want to party all the time when they're down here. So, and the way to market to them is on your social media. Keep blasting them with all the hottest restaurants, resorts, nightlife. Show them the pool parties and different things like that. High-end luxury condos is my guys. Semi-retirees, I love these guys too because they're still working. And, but they still, most of them still have families and their kids are starting to have kids. And so they're becoming grandparents. They're not quite ready. Sometimes they're on the fence. I should say that. Sometimes they're not quite ready to go into the 55 and up communities because they still want the traditional community because of the grandkids. And that's one thing you guys got to pay attention to is the 55 and up communities they're not always so conducive for little kids. And there's a reason for that, right? So every single community is different. Check out their CCNRs or their rules and guidelines because sometimes they can't stay the night. Sometimes you can't stay more than 24 hours or the kids can't use your pool. And so in these master plan communities that have both traditional and a 55 up community, you kind of have the best of both worlds, right? So the 55 and up communities, they can use the pools and amenities and the traditional side. But these guys, they're very smart. They're very savvy with their money. They know their budget. Again, they're not too tied to it, but they do want that home that they can see their family and create those family memories on their vacations and things like that. So my marketing tip on this one is very much a one-on-one Zoom call. Stay in contact with them, video text messages. Because what I find my clients on this, they're on social media, but they're not commenting and acting, but they are viewing you. So hit them with those little extra personal touches, and then that goes a very, very long way with them. And then my retired clients, I do love them too. Their budgets are more strict because they're on a fixed income. So when you're working with these guys, you really want to know what their pain points are or the stressors for them. So like fixed income, do they have to go to doctor's appointments all the time? So you need to think about like in relation to the hospitals or different things. And also distance to the airport is a big factor because they have families coming to visit them a lot. And knowing too, are they used to a dense population, or are they more suburban, or they want to be like more rural? It all depends on them and what they want to do. These guys, I definitely record Zoom videos all the time, send it to them one-on-one face touch. Like I always call it like a face touch, but it's like a face video text message with them. And then really, truly work with them on their taxes, best ROI investment, and work with their also financial planner if they have one, just so they can leave the property properly to their loved ones. So, but they're a great client. They also know exactly what they want. They're willing to downsize more. That's also a pain point, you guys, when you're working with them. It's very, very stressful for them to get rid of their stuff. And it's also very hurtful for them when their family members say don't want their prized possessions. So you got to kind of work through it with them too. So patience is a little bit more needed sometimes on that one. And then how I niche, like how I've gotten to here, like I said in the beginning a little bit, is I fell into it by running my Seahawker Booster Club. And I really didn't understand it. But like when you guys, my old mailman growing up came into my bar and I was like, what? And I helped him buy a house. And then my third grade teacher came in and it was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And they were all visiting or renting. And then I helped them buy homes here all through my Seahawker Booster Club. So that was really fun. And then Lynea knows this, like I hammer open houses. Like I am an open house queen. I believe in them. They work, and I can go into a whole nother day on how to do the open houses. And then a big one too, is I really truly network with a lot of out-of-state realtors. And the big reason on that is like everybody that comes down here to Arizona, they're all Washington, Oregon, Idaho. We have some Montana, and then we have a huge pull from Minnesota. But basically in all the cold states from all the winter, I have tons and tons of referral partners. And that's been a huge part of my business as well. Video text message. And then my last pillar is social media, which we all know is a work in progress for me, but I am working on it. So my booster club, I went through that on here. And the reason why I had to stop this, you guys, and I had to pivot my business is because I became a mama. So I didn't want to bring up my kid in a bar and bring him to the, every Sunday at a game and stuff like that. But this was worrisome for me because it was 85% of my business. So this is how I did everything. And I was like, oh, okay, this is coming to an end. What do I have to do? So I had to, really think about it, and I pivoted, and yes, open houses are my jam. So after he was born, I had to like really hammer it out. And this was the quickest way I could gain my clientele back up and make up for that 85%. And then also too, if you're on a budget, you guys, or your money's running low, get out there and sit at open house, sit them every single day of the week, use it as your office. Teams that I was on, one team, like a very large team out here in the Valley, they were huge advocates of open houses. So I learned a lot of great things from them. So, and just to give you an idea, last year alone, because it's not just, don't think about like, I got to get this client here and they're going to buy a house, because a lot of the times when I've sat open houses here, they've already bought the new construction, or they might be working with an agent. And I'm not one of those people to coach people, but that their agent did them a disservice because they never asked them like, hey, do you want to sell your home back in Washington? So I had over 12 referrals for clients out of state that needed to sell their home or were thinking about it, even just on the fence about thinking about it. And then maybe even downsizing their homes in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana, downsizing those so they could buy a bigger house here. So they didn't, like, those agents weren't doing that. So I picked up that piece from that. So think about, just change your mindset on open houses. That's all I ask. But my conversion off open houses is I do convert about 10 clients a year. I don't sit them every single weekend. So that number may seem low for some people, or like, since that's a big part of my business. But I also add about 350 people to my CRM, and I only add them if they truly want to be added. Some people think that's a misstep on me too, but I don't like to be blasted by random people. So if they truly want my information, and I'll tell you, snowbirds and retirees, they do want your information because they're nosy and they want to know everything, what their neighbor's house sold for. So take it to your advantage. I call it my nosy neighbor list. And I was like, so they go for it every single time. So they're my favorite client because they give you all their information, and then they always verify that you can read their writing. Perfect. I love it. And then, but also to you guys, just last year alone, I double-ended 3 deals off open houses. So the dual agency, that was huge. And my clients loved it. And they're easy transactions when you're working with yourself. So that's a bonus to it too. So why do the opens work? And especially in vacation areas, because when people are visiting, what do people absolutely love? They love real estate. And if they see that open house sign, they're going to come by. They're out walking with their friends, checking out the neighborhood. And then you get to meet them, and it's another connection. And if you don't hammer them or not in their face, like I always joke, and this isn't my open house side of it, but I was like, hey, welcome to the open house party. Come on in. Let's have fun. And where are you guys from? Nobody here in Arizona is from Arizona. So everybody's from somewhere else. And so you get to know them that way. But this also truly, guys, it was the best way for me to build my business on a budget, have community presence because my signs are out all the time. I actually have those face-to-face conversations with people. So they get to know, like, and trust me, I'm not some sleazy realtor that's like spamming them in their email, so they're like, oh, that Ashleigh girl, blah, 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 the football. I've always been known for like sports, football, all of that. So, and I love teasing. That's a big thing with me too, you guys, is I love teasing people. So if you are on my list and you tell me what your football team is, I will talk trash to you. It is fun. So it is fun, and it goes a long ways, and it creates a rapport. So, but also too, then they know that I am here all the time. I'm the neighborhood expert. A lot of people ask me for like handyman or service people. So I want to be their resource in that community. And even if they didn't work with me the first time, they're going to work with me the next time. So if they met somebody before me, that's okay. But I'm going to be the one they go to next. That's my goal. So this is my biggest tip, you guys, on open houses. And it's one of my favorite things to do. Okay. When I have a new listing and I'm in the coming soon status, this also drives your community and like what do we always say? Domination, or local domination, or whatever. I'm going blank on that. But I deliver a PR bag, and it's just you get like 1,000 of them on Amazon, just a plastic bag with a little handle. The ones that you get at a trade show. Super easy, super cheap. But I only do this the first week in coming soon status, and I deliver about 10 to 15 around the open house. And I love like PR stuff. And so I logo it with a sticker. I get them not cheap, you guys, off Sticker Mule with all my logos, QR codes, whatever you want. Add like a personalized notepad, keychain. This is my notepad here that I'm happy to share that with anybody. It's just in Canva. And you can order it in Canva, and they're cheap to get printed. And and they're like that big. They're not huge, right? And then so like small hard candies. One of my clients always jokes that they love the Werther's Original. And I'm like, classic, because that's what always made me think of my grandpa. But and then add a little personal invite to your open house and let them know when you're going to be there. Sometimes in a slower market, I always have a drawing, or I offer something like a gift card to the local coffee shop or a restaurant in our area. And then with that, I do have an actual flyer to the open house, recent comps, kind of like what we talk about in Krista's group, the CMA drop off, but just very, very short and sweet. And then if they want more comps in the area, brief market status in the neighborhood, or events that are going on. So that's my favorite. I love doing that. And I do door knock that. I do feel safe doing at least those 10 doors in these neighborhoods. And one, because it's basically in my backyard and I know a lot of people. But if you don't, I know it can be a little scary. Maybe just leave it on the door. And then here we are, my agent referral partners. Like I went into that a little bit more so, but like, again, you guys, we all can Google agents. We can all go on there and read reviews. But if you still don't truly know them. So like, if you get to know, like, and trust them, then, and I grew up in Washington. I have a ton of agents I know out there. And so, but not all agents are created equal. We know that. And not all clients are created equal. And so I'm sorry, but if I have a very difficult client, am I going to give them to this warm, bubbly person that feels like they're going to get run over? No, you got to find the like agent. And so for me, that's really helped me with my referral partners and my business. So if you can really, really get to know them, I'm telling you guys, it will change your business. And then not only because I'm sending referrals to them, they're going to send them back to me when that time comes. So that's just, it's so key. And then I did have a newer agent. She asked me recently, she goes, well, how do you even start? Like, I've only been here my whole life. What do I do? And I was like, well, for me, I've joined coaching programs. You can start searching them on kind of like Facebook, stalk people, or Instagram, social media, and start following them that way. But also like go to your national brokerage events or realtor expos. And once you've found kind of a few agents, ask them if you can contact their past clients and have an interview with their past client and see what separated them from the competition. Like, why did they choose them? And I think that's huge, because you may have a huge connection with an agent, but you still want to make sure that you know who they are and why people are choosing them. Because you might see like, oh, I love their marketing and everything, but maybe that doesn't matter to the client. You know what I mean? So you just want to get to know them. Now, video text messages, I did learn this from the Krista Mayshore program. I absolutely love it. And when I am consistent with it, you guys, my business just goes like things start rolling in, or people are top of mind. So just 10 messages a day. You can do it through Facebook or just like write on your text messages. Super easy. I struggle with getting my face out there on social media, but this is a great way to, people want to see you. They do. They want to see your face. They want to hear you. They love you. So show the love back and never sell it. You guys never, ever sell. Just be like, hey, happy anniversary. I saw your kid playing a soccer game, or, hey, I saw you were visiting and I loved your vacation photos. That's it. Super sweet and easy. Nothing salesy. The one time or a few times that I do to tie this back into your open houses, if those people said that they want me to contact them, what I do is I do send them a video text message of me saying, hey, it's Ashleigh. You just came by my open house. I'm putting in a link to that quick MLS link, just so you remember who I am or the property because if you're out shopping a ton of homes, just want to, remind you where you were at and where you met me. So that's really important. And the next thing is social media. And here's a little shout out to Lynea. So if you guys don't know, you should, if you don't know where to go, where to start and grow organically, because we've had this conversation. There's things that are very expensive, like constantly running Facebook ads or everything can be very expensive. But if you learn to do your social media right and do it organically, way better. I feel it's way better. You get more genuine people. People actually want to talk to you. So seriously, you guys, check out Lynea's program. You can thank me later. It's great. And I need to get back on the horse and do everything on that one. And then that's really my presentation. So anybody have questions? I know it was fast, but yeah, I guess I could stop share my screen.
Ashleigh, there was a lot of gold in there.
Okay, was it too fast? I wanted to hit it like 20 minutes.
You had to go fast, but I'm like, wait, that's why there's a replay. That's why this is recorded.
That's okay.
And there was so much gold. A couple of things, and I'm sure there's some other questions too that people probably want to ask. So I was writing down marketing because you gave your marketing tips, which I loved. But the thing I want to note that I really loved, you and I kind of talked about this a little bit in preparation for this the other day, was I love the mindset around open houses, because so many people, I talk to so many agents who don't have any business right now, and they're not doing open houses. Okay. I hear even agents on my own team don't want to do open houses. Okay. And I'm just like, why? Why? There's so much. I'm going to tell you, Ashleigh last year sent me 3 clients. 3 clients. So she's not joking about her referral business. 3 clients. And these clients turned into more referrals. So Ashleigh helped contribute to my bottom line by 6 clients last year. And so I think switching your mindset around open houses is kind of like a big game changer. Open houses are a game changer. You got to do it right. I actually took a picture of your little thing, what you do, because I'm like, ooh, what is she doing? How can I incorporate that? I always like to grab from people's ideas. But I loved that idea. So I'll let someone else ask questions now. But someone asked in the box, where do you order your bags or boxes for your PR?
Oh, I just order them on Amazon. And if you just Google like a plastic bag or, because it's, you know what I'm saying? They're not huge. They're only like maybe a size, maybe a little bit bigger than a piece of paper. And then they have the handles in the plastic, like something that you get at when you go to a trade show or something. But they're Amazon and you can get like 1,000. Yep, that's it. That's exactly it. And mine are not decaled like that, but I have a sticker that I put on them. And the reason why is because I changed the color of the bag. So like holiday will be holiday colors. And I do a coloring contest. I got that from Heather Jones. And so I did that in my community. And so I did different Christmas bags. So then I was like, well, I'd like to reuse these. And then I'm always like, well, what if I change things, or what if I do things differently, or what if I want to change my logo? And then I'm like, well, I don't want to put that for that much money, but a sticker isn't that expensive. So I get those on Sticker Mule, very cheap. And you can get like over 1,000, I think it was like for $50. Yeah, and then the bags were like 10.
We got like a tube of them, and they're kind of that big. Cause I was like, I could order all this stuff to print and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But I get, I'm a high D. Ideas come in and out of my brain every 5 minutes. And so like, I like something for a second and I spend a bunch of money on it. Then I'm like, oh, I don't like that idea anymore. And then it's like all that money wasted. So I stopped doing that. Now I just do little tiny, I'm like, I'm going to brand it just a little bit. Darius said CMA drop boxes. Do you actually do those?
I don't do the drop boxes. I think they're, for my budget, and, I'm a single mama, so like budget money and everything, they're too expensive for me right now, maybe eventually. But I did see an ad on, it might have been Sticker Mule or Amazon, but like you can even get like, those little pink boxes that you get like baked treats in. You have those boxes, but there are other boxes. People run specials on them all the time. I don't do them. I just do the bags. And I can get away with it. Our weather here is amazing. So like, it rains like one day a year. So I don't really have to worry about like leaving it on a porch and having it get ruined,
I got the plastic.
I do the bags.
I got plastic ones because it rains here, it's Seattle. So, okay. Anybody else have any other questions? So Jackie said she would love an open house class. And it's actually funny. I'm actually recycling my own open house training right now, because I'm going to kind of re-roll it out with some new updates to it. So once I do, I'll go ahead and do that. So, okay, Ashleigh, this was super, super valuable. Thank you so much. I loved hearing all of that. Also the Seahawks Booster Club. That's fun.
I know. I love it. I fell into that because my friend, she like needed help. And so they branched out and I was like helping her with the West Valley. Then she moved back to Washington. And then I became the VP of the West Valley. But it was like, it's just so much fun. It was like another full-time job that you didn't get paid for. But the networking was so much fun. And I do miss seeing everybody all the time. But it's a commitment. It was fun, but it was a good time.
Love it.
Can I just say that was such a fantastic presentation, so well organized. You didn't speak too fast. It was perfect. I'm going to listen to it again. And you gave us so many great nuggets. Thank you so much. And Lynea, thank you for bringing her on. And I'm in New Jersey, so I'd love to send you referrals and that type of thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jackie has a question.
No, I just have to say hi to Ashleigh. I haven't seen her in so long. Hi, Ash. So cool to see you. Thank you for all this great stuff. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Miss Jackie. Good to see you too.
Great job. Welcome.
That was amazing.
Thank
you for sharing. I love the open house tips. I also love doing open houses, but it's just good to hear what other people are doing. And I just found a lot of value in your presentation. I'll definitely rewatch it. It was great.
Yeah. So much good stuff in there. So much good stuff. And I can't wait. We have some other fun guests coming up soon. Next week, it's going to be back to me. I'm going to teach next week. I don't know what I'm going to teach yet. I'll figure that out probably Thursday night. No, I'm kidding. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll have my open house. Maybe I'll have my open houses recycled by then, but I'll teach something next week. And honestly, it's probably going to be related to content. You guys, I think we all need some work on our content, because I was just talking to someone the other day who sent me, and I'll never call out anybody. They can call themselves out, but they sent me a caption and they said, "What do you think of this caption?" My response was, "What do you think I think?" And she said, "It sounds too ChatGPT." And I said, yes. So I'm going to teach you. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to teach you how to write content and how to do it so it's not overwhelming. Because I think the problem is ChatGPT is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I freaking love it, but I like it for ideas. I don't like it to try to speak in my voice. And too many of you on this call right now, I'm never going to call anyone out, but are using ChatGPT. And I can tell you're using ChatGPT because the words that you're using are the same words that 90,000 other real estate agents are using right now. So guess what? That's not your words. It's ChatGPT's, and your story comes out much stronger when you're actually writing it. So that, thank you, is the inspiration. And that's what I'm going to teach next week. We're going to talk about how to write content that you actually write, that AI does not write for you. Isn't that scary? Oh my God. We have to write our own content. I'm going to show you how. It's really not that hard. Okay. So we'll do that next week. All right. Thank you, Ashleigh, so much. I really appreciate you being here, and everyone else, have a fantastic week.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.